In today's video, we're going to check out the best radar detectors in 2019. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability, and more. To find out more information about these radar detectors, you can check out the description below. At number 5, it's the Escort Passport 9500iX. The Escort Passport 9500iX, first introduced in 2007, was the first GPS-enabled radar detector. It was connected to satellite technology that warned the users of red light cameras and lockout static sources of false alarms. The installation of this radar detector is very straightforward. Out of the box, it comes with a windshield mount that sticks instantly and is very rigid. The mount is equipped with a metal slot that lodges the devices safely and snugly. It's very stable for most of the rides, but it can become loose during rough terrain and bumpy rides. The installation process doesn't take even 5 minutes. The mount can be adjusted so it accommodates your needs. It gets power from the cigarette lighter with a cord that can be plugged there. The Escort Passport 9500iX has tons of configuration options, allowing you to tailor the device's performance according to your needs. You can easily enable or disable alerts, GPS, and certain radar bands. Right out of the box, in the default settings, the device will provide both visual and audio alerts when it has detected a threat. The device is GPS enabled and it shows you your cruising speed at all times. Testers have said that it's more convenient to use the radar detector to monitor your speed. Opinions may vary, but it's worth trying out. The audio alerts are very definite for every type of threat. You also have the option to choose voice alerts to tell you the alert in detail. Also, there are more details included for each threat, but require a more trained user to read and understand the details on the move. The display is very clear and readable at any time of day, even if the sun shines directly. Also, it adjusts its brightness depending on the levels of light it accepts. The device has lots of laser sensors to make it even more effective. The Escort Live app is a companion app for the radar detector. It's a community-based app that sends light cameras, speed cameras, and other types of threats. This is a very good radar detector with easy installation and lots of features. Buyers have reported that it has saved them from multiple tickets. At number 4, it's the Escort Max 360. Speeding tickets are a nightmare for the average driver who just happened to forget going at that speed. They cost a lot, but if you're willing to pay the price for multiple speeding tickets to get a gadget to eliminate any further speeding tickets, then the Escort Max 360 is an excellent radar detector. It has 360-degree detection, but it is in a very high price range for a detector. The Escort Max 360, with its dual antenna setup that can scan in every direction, can detect X, K, Ka, Ka pop, and laser signals. Its biggest selling point is its 360-degree awareness and directional tech, which is surprising even for the brand's long-time buyers and fans. There's an arrow indicator in the LCD screen that shows you exactly in which direction the threat is. The Escort Max 360 also auto-learns via GPS to learn and reject false alarms. Also, with its own smartphone app, the Escort community daily updates and shares radar information and activity, as well as local speed limit data. The main concern and one of the most frequently asked questions about the product is, does the auto-learn work? Yes, perfectly. The Escort Max 360 detects the motion sensors of the doors, for example, and alarms you. However, the next day there will be no more alarms. It has learned it automatically. You can also lock a signal out manually. These are perfect features for city drivers. Essentially, the Max 360's range, accuracy, and filtration abilities are up to par with other high-end radar detectors. It specifically detects through dense radar bands to locate law enforcement radars. The directional arrows are a little slow in response, which can be a concern for some, but it doesn't affect the overall performance of the radar detector. The device links to your smartphone via Bluetooth for users to get the full advantage of the Escort Live. The community-based ticket protection program works very well, and you can check on the map threat zones, traffic light cameras, and so on. The app is simple to use. If money is no source of concern for you and you need an awesome radar detector, then the Escort Max 360 is the one to buy. At number 3, it's the Whistler XTR 145. If you're in search of a simple, no-frills radar detector that is fairly efficient and affordable, the Whistler XTR 145 is the right choice for you. If you don't mind the lack of features that the most modern and high-end radar detectors have, you'll definitely love this one. It's a very surprising radar detector. The efficiency is top-notch, the features are essential and well chosen. The biggest selling point of the Whistler XDR145 is its amazing value. No radar detector offers that much value for its asking price. The Whistler XDR145 has a very ergonomic and user-friendly build. Everything is designed to be easy to use and simple. There are a number of buttons that are essential and very helpful to the drivers, such as the volume dial, quiet button, city button, the menu button, and more. The panel showcases icons that make you realize what type of threat is apparent. They're fairly simple and convenient. There are LEDs placed on top of the device to help you realize that there is radar earlier. The device also provides audio alerts that become handy if you're concentrating on the road and haven't seen the visual alerts. The Whistler XDR145 can easily detect laser, super wideband, K, X and Ka bands. It'll definitely protect you against any modern speed measuring radar. In addition, the device has 360-degree coverage and a fairly good range. The Whistler XDR145 has some city modes that can decrease the number of false threats and alerts. Although it's not very good at it, it is expected at this price point. It tries to pick up false alarms, but most of the time it detects them as threats and the alert is very loud and annoying. Good if you really need it, but terrible if you're going shopping to your local supermarket. But the quiet mode will turn off all audio alerts, just don't forget to turn it off on the highway. Users have reported that the Whistler XDR145 has saved them dozens of times from speeding tickets. It may not have lots of features or a companion app, but it does one thing and it does it perfectly, keeping you safe from speeding tickets. At number 2, it's the Uniden R3. The Uniden R3 is a radar detector that does everything, and better than every other radar detector in the market. It has the longest range that you can find on any radar detector, fastest reactivity, and the most advanced filtering system. It's definitely the best and would take the top spot if it wasn't for its premium price. The Uniden R3 has the longest range since the Red Line, a detector that was used as a benchmark for measuring the range of other detectors. It has awesome BSM filtering and it's usable on K-band. It has GPS, making it also excellent for the city driver. GPS chip has low-speed muting, manual GPS lockouts and red light camera alerts. Also, it's not detectable to radar detector detectors. The performance tests have revealed the same results when comparing the Uniden R3 to other high-end radar detectors. If you want a device that'll give you the best warning distance possible, whether you're driving on a long flat highway at night with little to no traffic, or whether you're driving in hills and curved roads with a little more difficult terrain with high density, the Uniden R3 is the absolute best. Apart from its range and ability, the Uniden R3 is top of its class in the false alert filtering department. The Uniden R3 does an exceptional job of filtering blind spot monitoring systems in modern cars that are used for auto braking and radar cruise control. No radar detector can achieve full filtration, but the R3 does a better job than the rest. GPS chips give you more and more filtering possibilities in urban areas. You can teach the R3 where the false alerts are around the town, like the automatic door openers or speed signs. In addition to that, the GPS chip also allows for low-speed muting, very convenient, and drivers that have tried this have stated that they would not want a radar detector without this feature. Firmware updates are pretty regular and customer support is the best. The company values your time and opinion. If you want the very best radar detector on the market, there is definitely no better choice than the Uniden R3. And at number 1, it's the Cobra XRS 9370. If you're new to the radar detector industry and have no prior information, you may not have heard about Cobra. Cobra is a respected and well-established brand in this industry. The Cobra XRS 9370 is an entry-level radar detector that can detect all 14 radar and laser bands used by the law enforcement in US and Canada, and it does it with a great range. It's interesting to see the cheapest product on the list being our top choice. The Cobra XRS 9370 has the laser eye feature, which allows the product to have a 360-degree detection. It can spot threats from every angle. The extreme range super heterodyne technology used on the Cobra XRS 9370 is just a scientific way of saying that the unit has an amazing range and quick response times, the most important feature when buying a radar detector. It makes fast and accurate sweeps of the area that you're cruising on and detects even the quickest radar guns used by the police. It really is functional and convenient. Its range is comparable to the best. There's also the choice between city or highway mode that lets the detector adjust to the city traffic where there are lots of false alarms. The Cobra XRS 9370 also has the auto mute feature that turns down the volume of alerts to 0. 4 seconds after it starts, this is active by default, however you can disable by pressing the mute button when there are no alerts. One of the most interesting features is the IntelliMute, which measures speed, the RPMs of the engine in fact, to shut down alerts or just show them on the display without sound alert when the car is stopped or moving very slowly. The installation of the unit just takes a few minutes and is very easy. You can mount it on the windshield and you can mount it on your dash with the included hooks and loops. While mounting, you have to consider that the Cobra XRS 9370 must have a clear view of the windshield and the rear window. The majority of owners swear by the Cobra and have stated that they've saved thousands by evading speed tickets. It may not be the absolute best, but it has the most essential features that get the job done.